All right, child. Good morning. I am almost done with this work that I got to do. And I needed to take a break because I literally have been sitting here like the past few hours getting it done. And I wanted to come real quick and talk about something real quick. And this is serious. Like, it is of great concern. Oh, God. To me, it's something that people need to go ahead and buckle down and just admit to what is happening, okay, trolls. With trolls. I just recently had a lady on here, and for just for the sake of me not stooping down to her ignorant ass level, that's the only reason why I called her a lady. Uh, this lady has allowed the trolls to drive her crazy to the point where she came on and accused me of trolling her. Me. I don't know if she was serious or if she just wants to speak negatively on me, but I'm going to say this once again. Lady, no, I do not troll your channel. I am not, I don't even watch her channel. I don't. I'm just not interested in the content. Um, Me and her do not have the same interests when it comes to witchcraft. I don't practice hoodoo. And if I did practice hoodoo, which some of the stuff that I do possibly looks like hoodoo, but I think that hoodoo and witchcraft can look very similar. I just wouldn't be using no Bible, okay? Um, so me and her don't have anything in common whatsoever. So I don't watch her channel. But I want to talk about though people that come to YouTube specifically. Like, I imagine this can happen on any social media. I guess it can happen if anytime, okay? So to me, when it comes to trolls, I think that trolls come in many different forms, and I think that there's some of them that take their trolling way too far to the point where it has literally turned into stalking. Um, it is turned into stalking, and it is turned into something that is very serious that I believe needs to be addressed. Um, Honestly, trolls to me, if I were a part of any kind of judicial system, which I should have gotten into the law, I should have either become a prosecutor or either an attorney or a prosecuting attorney. I could imagine that if I had a job as a prosecuting attorney, I would be badass. Okay, literally, yeah. Because trolls, from what I know and understand, to me, they fall under the category of terrorists. Why would you, as a grown person, allow yourself to be manipulated by anybody, but let alone a strange troll? Like, you hear stories about people being scammed. Like, you know how, like, when they be doing scams, like IRS collection call scams and mail scams and stuff like that, those are trolls doing that. Trolls are actually not as harmless as we thought. Trolls are actually at the hub of a lot of scams as well. They are very, very unsavory people. It is very, very unsavory to troll somebody, and it is quite insulting to accuse somebody of trolling. So I took that very seriously, even though I don't have to worry about it like to me, this lady is not the bee's knees of hoodoo, and I ain't worrying about her, but because I'm the one that get the trolls try to troll me, right? But the thing of it is that I'm untrollable because I already know what it is. Like a troll cannot come into my chat room and convince me of anything. That's just like the trolls tried to convince me that my mother didn't love me. The trolls will try to convince y'all that my children hate me and that I never talk to my children. Even though I talk to my daughters in that live in Missouri almost every day. They do have a life. They are older. They're not older, but they are grown women. And they don't always have time to talk to their mama. They be busy, okay, with their life or doing whatever they do. But I talk to my children quite often. When I do speak to my children, it is a very valuable and cherished moment. Um, I never get off the phone with them before we, let each other know that we love each other. But the trolls are trying to convince the public that I hate my mother hated me. I said that both of my parents molested me as a child, which it's kind of weird because I think that with everything that I'm saying, I feel like the trolls are actual agents for certain people on here who have said the same thing about their life story. But whatever, I digress from that. My daughters hate me. I'm a prostitute. I'm a child molester. I'm incestuous with my children. Um, these are what the trolls will say to people. And you have people on here that are content creators who I believe some of these content creators are trolls themselves, personally. But a lot of them, I feel like when I look at them, it's like they could have had pretty decent careers in social media. But I feel that there's a lot of people that actually are just weak for trolling. It's like they can't get past seeing somebody type something. That's just like with my faux ex. The times that I do listen to his show, I noticed that any troll can come in there and he's like got to say something. Like you can tell that trolls make him feel uncomfortable, which trolls do have a fucked up energy. They're very evil. I don't like trolls, okay? Um, Especially the evil ones. There's some trolls like Dookie Badass, like Dookie be flirting with me. I'm cool with Dookie, okay? But like a lot, because Dookie just seems like a fun loving troll. It's nothing wrong with a little bit of harmless flirting. It's nothing wrong with a little bit of harmless trolling, okay? But some of these trolls are literally trying to create these Mad Max Hedron type of figures out of content creators. And you can tell of when the content creator actually experienced the psychotic break and literally changed and became like this puppet for trolls. A lot of these people started out as pretty decent people, but then as the years went by, y'all got to understand that it's been 10 years and we've been dealing with this crap with these damn trolls. And a lot of these people, I can honestly say, it's almost like they drowned in troll hell or something. You know what I mean? Like, and clearly, maybe the trolls had an intention on making this lady think that it was me in her chat. Love you too, bro. Oh, I bet. Me too, bro. I'm glad you acknowledged that. See, my brother said been seeing blessings. I know that's right. I know that's right. That's good. I'm happy for y'all. Yeah. So, back to what I was talking about with trolls, because I wanted to hit up your panel and talk about this. These people are really servants for the trolls, because trolls can be very manipulative. And it's a serious concern, honestly, because when I heard that lady say that Blue talked to my landlord, and I'm like downloading that because the whole history of what has been happening with these trolls needs to be heard in some kind of court of law. Okay, honestly, I think that it's more than meets the eye. I believe that a lot of these trolls, some of them are illegal. They're in this country illegally, some of them. Okay. From different countries. They don't really have a visa or whatever they call that. Some of them are American, but I feel like a few of them aren't. And, I think that our country needs to be careful with people of a certain immigration status, because some of these people be coming from these other countries and they hate Americans. And it's like, but okay, first of all, why do you hate anybody? Like, that would be just like me visiting Africa and hating Africa based upon some of the propaganda that I've seen. Like, I'm not going to go and hate an entire continent of Africa just because I've heard of bad things happening there. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, it's so bizarre. I sometimes have a hard time dealing with this world, to be honest with you, because it's very alarming. It's just like, oh my God, somebody please just take me and sit me by a river or a lake and just let me sit there. And I still want the internet, but I'm just going to be able to choose what I have to deal with. Anyway, what I was saying about Tone Space is that, and Mike and Rio, they are all three to me, more so Mike and Rio. I'm not really familiar with Tone Space, and I'm not trying to start shit with him or nothing like that. I don't have no beef with him. So he would be at the bottom of the list, but Mike and Rio, the trolls have literally set the path for these men, and even some of the women. Like, I think that that's Talia's problem. I think that it's a lot of their problem, to where they literally will allow people to mind control them, like the trolls actually have them under mind control. You got to reevaluate. You got to look at yourself and say, why are you allowing this damn troll to control your mind? Because that is what trolls want. That's why they call them trolls, because they want control. They want control over people. And if they can control a person, they will. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a true story. This is not necessarily being said to make my ex look bad. My ex does a pretty good job of doing that himself. Um, there was a point in time, though, during the course of our relationship, where a troll actually almost talked him in to murdering me. I was sitting here. It was a normal day. This was a few years ago. It was a normal day. I was literally minding my own business. And all of a sudden, he calls me on Messenger. I'm like, hey, babe, la, 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 screaming at the top of his lungs. He will claim that this never happened, but I remember it. Screaming at the top of his lungs, calling me a whore, calling me a bitch. You know what he told me? He said that once somebody that was trolling him told him that I was a lesbian, and it set him off to the point where he was screaming and yelling at me and telling me that he wanted to shoot me in the face. This is a true story, God to honest story. Why did I stay with him? Because a lot of people be like, well, why did you stay with him? Why ask that question when you already know about abusive relationships? I get tired of people. That's almost like a person is abusing you as well. Why do women stay with men that are abusive like that? It is because a lot of times leaving the situation before the time has come to leave that situation, you're kind of scared to leave because there and there's never any time. They're going to make it hard when you do muster up the courage and the strength to finally leave them. They do make it very difficult. Okay, we've all seen it the past 3 months. Him stalking social media, lying on me, doing all kind of crazy stuff. We've seen it. Okay, it'd be different if he came on here and he said, hey, it was really nice knowing Jamila. She was good to me for the time that I was with her. It's time for me to move on. I'm going to go ahead and be with the person that I'm claiming is my baby mama. And I'm just going to move on. That's not what he did. He tried to ruin me, tried to ruin my reputation. He encouraged people to try to fight me when I moved back home to my hometown. He's, attacking my children. He's doing all kind of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he can't cry wolf about the situation, right? He can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, he can't blame that on the trolls, right? You know, troll pressure, I'm guessing, is a thing. He's accused me of being under troll pressure. I'm like, hun, I would have never disrespected you in social media had you not been trying to disrespect and embarrass me. And I'm not the type of woman to sit there and be quiet while you berate me. I'm not. Okay. So if you say something that is disrespectful, especially you talking about my children, me and you gonna have we gonna have some words with each other. Okay, so I'm not that type of woman. I'm not, and if he would have just been respectful to me, listen, I don't argue with men like that. I'll stick up for myself because we're in social media and technically none of these men, I don't owe them anything, right? But other than that, I don't just go around starting shit. I'm actually a very peaceful person, okay? But if I have something to say, I'm going to say it, right? So he can't say that about me. And, then what I suspect about him is the same thing with the trolls. He's trying to make me experience a change within myself. And I don't want to change. I don't want to be anything like him. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to think like that. I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So that troll pressure thing is a real thing, but I think that it goes beyond that. I believe that these trolls literally have mind control over some of these people. Anytime somebody comes in your inbox and says just anything to you, that's what trolls do. Trolls say random things to piss people off. And if you're falling for it, and the next thing you know, you're calling somebody threatening them bodily harm. And let's face it, it's obvious what the trolls, especially the ones in that sector, are trying to do. The trolls want to see somebody kill each other. They want to see people kill each other. They do. That's what they want to see. They don't, the trolls have so much hatred for the content creators that that's what they want. That's exactly what they want. They want something bad to happen. It's they want to feel like, because they feel like on some level that gives them a sense of power. Ooh, if I can make somebody, if I can instigate some shit to make some people kill themselves or hurt each other, ooh, I'm powerful. You know what I'm saying? That's how they look at it. And it is so damn sad when you see people falling for it. And so if you're a man and you're dealing with a woman, you have to understand that you can't, like any random troll can't contact you and say, "Oh, I want to talk to you about Jamila," and da 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 da, and then you just fall for it, and the next thing you know, you in a delusion. Like these trolls have put Rio and Mike. I don't know about Tone Space. Like I said, I'm not trying to talk about him. They've literally put these men and some of these women under mind control. Now, I'm not susceptible to mind control at all. I'm just really not. It might be a cancer thing because I am a cancer. Okay. Is what I'm thinking that it is because, you know, I think it's that moon. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the trolls, they want to manipulate people. And believe it or not, there are exes of yours and maybe even family members that will troll you on the internet. And it's so sad. Like, if I knew that somebody in my family was on YouTube, I would never troll them ever. You got like I've seen people's family members doing it. I've sat over there and watched some of Mike's family members troll his chat. I've sat over there and watched them troll him, say the most hateful shit to him, and he don't even realize who it is. I can just about guess that it is a family member that is doing him like that. And I'm like, I just, man, if you're gonna be in social media, you have to have thick skin. You can't let trolls change your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be just like going to work and letting somebody piss you off at the job and coming home and just attacking your loved ones because somebody at the job pissed you off. There are some people that are very evil and hateful and spiteful, and they would love to cause division in your life, and you can't do that. Now, I can't make excuses for my ex because he is a troll. I believe they turned him into a troll real quick, or he just has it in it. He has it in him, right, to be a troll. But I have seen normal people come on here and literally allow the trolls to drive them insane. I've seen it happen, especially when it comes to witches. That Christian trolling really, really, really gets to them after a while. Like, you cannot let trolls disturb your peace. And a lot of the trolls, they don't even really believe in what they're saying. They're just saying anything just to try to get a rise out of you. When I was actually I was raised in preparedness for troll war. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all because um there would be certain family members that would pick on me, and my uncle would always say, choose not to be insulted, do not respond, do not let people get you upset. And that was actually a very valuable lesson that I learned in life. Like, I'm glad that he taught me that, because when people say things to me, I don't just imagine if you got very upset every time somebody said anything to you. Your thymus gland would be shot. You'd be so stressed out all the damn time. That's not good. That's way too much stress. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's anything that can be done about it. There's this one troll on here. Uh, I've tried to look at it and make sense of it, and you can't make sense of that black sector anymore. It At some point it made a little bit of sense for like maybe a few years, but then when Rio hit the scene, it just went to Boo Booville. It did. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, one thing that I cannot stand is unnecessary drama. I can't stand that shit. Oh God, I just can't stand it. Unnecessary drama for what? But that's what a lot of people do, you know. And you know what? Just because you're under mind control doesn't mean that it's not taking control. It's not taking a toll on your body. You may be getting manipulated so deeply that you don't even notice the effect and how it's tearing you down. But they won't listen to me. They're not. And that's going to be their demise, because maybe it was meant for them to listen to what I have to say. Maybe it would have helped them, you know? Because I swear to y'all, it was two incidences. One time Mike called me screaming and yelling. I had to sit and ground myself. He was screaming and yelling and so upset over what somebody, a troll, said to him. At the time, I kind of halfway still believed in him. And I asked him, I said, please calm down, please. I said, you are going to give yourself a stroke. Okay. Because anytime my phone rings and you're yelling and screaming, I'm already putting my shield up. I'm already blocking that stuff because I'm very sensitive. I'm an empath. I don't want to get upset. Somebody has to stay calm. Somebody in the situation. You can't have two escalated people at the same time. No. So I just stayed calm and I said, "Hey, listen." I said, "That person clearly wanted to upset you." You know what he said to me? While screaming at me, he denied being upset while screaming in my ear. Whenever you raise your voice like that, your pulse goes up, your blood pressure goes up, your thymus gland starts to atrophy, because the body is not meant to take that much stress. That's why you end up with diseases like high blood pressure and diabetes. It is a fact that stress causes diabetes. That's a fact, among other things, but you know. And I also think that there's some kind of link between dental health and diabetes, also. Okay. You know, you can't just let every little thing upset you. You know what I mean? Because that's what's gonna kill you. Or either make people flip out and do things to harm other people. You know, and there's been several times where Mike has like that one time he came over here and spit at me. I have no doubt in my mind that he is an ornery person. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh my God, like I was wrong. He is very narcissistic. Okay. And by the way, narcissistic people, they get counseling and therapy all the time. There are some narcissistic people who have acknowledged that they are narcissistic, and they actually go see a therapist for it. Okay. So it's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. Because and I think that narcissistic people are more prone to troll pressure and to troll mind control. So I don't know exactly how this thing is gonna end up as far as like with the trolls, you know what I'm saying? Like I did notice that I haven't been getting trolled as much, but the trolls are now acting behind the scenes and encouraging smear campaigns against me still. So I have noticed that. And but what I feel that the trolls are going to ultimately do is those people that fall under that troll pressure are going to eventually end up with some criminal charges against them, because the trolls don't really have to suffer for the content that you put out. At the end of the day, you're still the content creator. And a lot of narcissistic content creators will convince themselves that, oh, I've got control over these trolls. No, you don't. No, you don't. But at the same time, the trolls are patting themselves on the back because they feel like they got control over you. There's a difference between cooperation of mankind and control. Because I was working with my rooms last night. Um, there's a difference between the two. Okay. Now, I will admit that there are some people that act like wild boars that need to be wrangled. But otherwise, I really honestly, let me just say this because I'm tired, y'all. It's 7 in the morning. And I already came on here and talked for 2.5 hours, like an hour ago. So I'm going to get ready to go. I think that a lot of these content creators really need to get a hold of themselves before they do end up in jail. Because I can guarantee you that the unfortunate events that happened the other day was brought up on by the trolls. And it wasn't really unfortunate. Everything worked out, but it's just the point of the risks that are happening and people's lives being put in danger. I can tell you that the trolls and the people that are being manipulative are responsible for that. You know what I'm saying? And I think these people need to be careful. I know they think that they're getting away with it, but it's only a matter of time before you don't get away with it anymore. When it's time to face the music, everybody has to eventually learn their lesson. And learning lessons has nothing to do with necessarily your spiritual beliefs. Karmic lessons or learning lessons are pretty much universal. It don't matter if you're Christian, Catholic, it's universal. And those trolls are not gonna protect you or be able to do anything for you when you finally get in legal trouble because of it, for the stuff that you're doing. Okay. But yeah, brother Lamar, he's doing the same thing to me right now. Rio is. He actually shared that video of Miss L, that disgusting video that she made the other day using that disgusting photo. He actually shared it on his wall and tried to get somebody else to attack me. And I'm just absolutely disgusted by that behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you doing this? Like, do you not know that you have other things to do with your time? And I did watch his show, a little bit of it, about Rob Rack, selective outrage. So that was a messed up, very disgusting thing that Rob Rack said. I don't normally watch him. It was very disturbing what he said. But isn't it just as disturbing to see a Photoshop picture of a child? Like, why are you not outraged about that when you know it's Photoshopped? At that moment, Rob Rack was exploiting and devaluing children at that time, is what he was doing. How is what happened to my child any different? Is it because he's mixed? Not with black and Mexican, not with black and Italian, not with black and uh Spanish. Jacob is actually mixed with white and black. Not that dude from Canada. Jacob's father's hair is red. He has green eyes. But Jacob didn't get any of that. Like, he took after me a lot. In fact, Jacob looks just like his mommy. And people ain't seen his face in a while. He literally looks like my twin. Except for the nose is a little different, but he's my little twin. These trolls are something else. We are at war with trolls in social media. It's insanity. That's all I got to say. Y'all get some sleep. I'll see y'all later. It's some people that are just waking up, though. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a happy Friday.